Is 1,000 Sisters Season 8 getting cancelled? Tammy Slaton's disheartening comments explained. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For 1000 LB Sister latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. In recent months, fans of TLC's hit reality series 1,000 Sisters have been gripped by a wave of uncertainty and concern. Rumors began swirling across social media platforms and entertainment news outlets, suggesting that Season 8 might be the show's last. At the heart of these rumors, a series of cryptic, emotional, and seemingly disheartening comments made by fan favorite Tammy Slaton, one half of the titular sisters whose weight loss journeys, personal struggles, and familial dynamics have captivated audiences since the show's debut in January 2020. Tammy, known for her infectious laugh, raw vulnerability, and unwavering determination to transform her life, has never shied away from speaking her mind, whether in celebratory moments or during her lowest points. But when she began hinting at potential changes behind the scenes, fans took notice. Her words, often posted on Instagram or shared during live streams, carried a weight that felt different, heavier, sadder, more final. "I don't know what's gonna happen," she said in one video, her voice cracking slightly. "I just hope you'll know how much I love you no matter what." Those words alone were enough to send the 1,000 Sisters fandom into a tailspin. Was the show being cancelled? Had TLC decided to pull the plug? Were the Slaton sisters parting ways with the network? Or was something else, something more personal at play? To understand the context behind Tammy's disheartening remarks, we must first look at the trajectory of the show, the evolution of Tammy's journey, and the behind-the-scenes realities that rarely make it to air. When 1,000 Sisters premiered in early 2020, it was positioned as a spin-off of My 600 Pounds Life*, another TLC staple that documented the extreme weight loss journeys of morbidly obese individuals under the care of Dr. Disheartening. But while My 600 Pounds Life focused primarily on medical intervention and the physical toll of obesity, 1,000 Sisters offered something different, a deeply personal, emotionally layered, and often humorous look into the lives of two sisters from Kentucky, Amy Slaton Halterman and Tammy Slaton. The show quickly became a ratings juggernaut for TLC. Viewers were drawn not just to the sisters' staggering starting weights. Amy began at 406 pounds, Tammy at a staggering 605 pounds, but to their unfiltered personalities, their sibling rivalry, their shared trauma, and their unwavering bond. Over the course of 7 seasons, audiences watched as the sisters underwent gastric sleeve surgeries, battled emotional eating, navigated romantic relationships, started families, and faced the brutal realities of life in the public eye. Tammy's journey, in particular, became a focal point. Her initial resistance to surgery, her dramatic weight loss, her relapses, her move into her own apartment, her relationship with Jerry Sayers, and her heartbreaking breakup all were documented with unflinching honesty. Tammy didn't just lose weight on camera, she lost layers of emotional armor. She cried, she laughed, she yelled, she apologized. She became, for many viewers, the heart of the show. By Season 7, Tammy had lost over 200 pounds and was living independently, a monumental achievement given her starting point. But as her physical health improved, her emotional struggles intensified. The pressures of fame, the scrutiny of social media, the weight of public expectation all began to take their toll. Reality television is often dismissed as frivolous entertainment, but for those living it, the psychological cost can be immense. Tammy Slaton, in particular, has been unusually open about the emotional toll of being on camera. In Season 7, she spoke candidly about feeling lonely, overwhelmed, and misunderstood. "People think because I'm on TV, my life is perfect," she said in one episode. But sometimes, it's the opposite. Her comments resonated with fans, many of whom began to notice a shift in Tammy's demeanor. Where once she was bubbly and quick to laugh, she now seemed withdrawn, exhausted, even defeated at times. Her social media posts, once filled with selfies, outfit checks, and motivational quotes, began to reflect a deeper sadness. "Some days, just getting out of bed feels like a victory," she wrote in a caption last fall. And that's okay. It was around this time that rumors of Season 8's potential cancellation began to surface. Fans noticed that TLC had not yet announced a premiere date, unusual, given that previous seasons had typically been renewed and scheduled within months of the prior season's finale. Then came Tammy's now infamous Instagram live session in early 2024. "I've been thinking a lot lately," she began, sitting cross-legged on her bed, wearing her signature oversized hoodie. "About the show. About me. About everything." She paused, looked down, then back at the camera. "I don't know if I can keep doing this. Not because I don't love y'all, I do. More than anything. But because I need to figure out who I am when the cameras stop rolling." The internet exploded. Comments flooded in. "Don't leave us, we support you no matter. What is the show ending? TLC better not cancel this." Tammy didn't explicitly say the show was canceled. She didn't say she was quitting. But the implication was clear. She was struggling, and the future of 10,000-pound sisters, at least as viewers knew it, was uncertain. While Tammy's emotional honesty struck a chord with fans, industry insiders suggest that the situation is more complex than a simple cancellation or departure. According to sources close to production, TLC has not officially canceled 1,000-pound sisters. In fact, network executives remain extremely pleased with the show's performance. Season 7 averaged over 1.5 million viewers per episode, making it one of TLC's top-rated programs. Internationally, the show continues to perform well on Discovery Plus and Max. So why the delay in announcing Season 8? And why Tammy's emotional comments? The answer, according to multiple sources, lies in negotiations not just about contracts, but about the show's direction and the sisters' well-being. Tammy and Amy are not just reality stars, they're human beings going through very real, very public transformations, says a production insider who requested anonymity. The network knows that pushing them too hard, too fast, could backfire both creatively and ethically. They're trying to find a balance between what the audience wants and what's sustainable for the sisters. One major point of discussion, sources say, is Tammy's role in Season 8. After years of documenting her weight loss, producers and network executives are reportedly exploring ways to shift the narrative, perhaps focusing more on her mental health journey, her independence, or even branching out into new ventures. Tammy has expressed interest in launching a clothing line for plus-size women. But Tammy, sources say, is hesitant. She's tired of being the fat girl on TV, the insider reveals. She wants to be seen as more than that. But she also knows that's what people tune in for. It's a really painful conflict for her. Amy, meanwhile, has reportedly been more open to continuing the show as is. Now a mother of two, she's embraced her role as a family-oriented figure on the series, often documenting her life with husband Michael and their children. While she's supportive of Tammy, sources say Amy is also feeling the pressure to keep things interesting for viewers, a challenge when much of her storyline now revolves around parenting and domestic life. There's a real creative tension right now, the insider adds. Do they double down on the weight loss drama? Do they pivot to mental health and personal growth? Do they give the sisters space to breathe? The network doesn't want to lose the show's core appeal, but they also don't want to exploit the sisters' pain. Tammy's mental health. The real story behind the comments, perhaps the most important context for Tammy's disheartening remarks, is her ongoing battle with mental health. In interviews and social media posts throughout 2023 and 2024, Tammy has spoken openly about her struggles with depression, anxiety, and body dysmorphia. Even after losing hundreds of pounds, "I thought losing weight would fix everything," she confessed in a tearful TikTok video last December. But it didn't. "I still don't recognize myself in the mirror. I still feel like I'm not enough. And that's something no scale can fix." Her honesty has been both brave and heartbreaking, and it's likely the primary driver behind her recent comments about the show's future. For Tammy, continuing 1,000-pound sisters isn't just a professional decision, it's an emotional one. Every episode requires her to confront her deepest insecurities, relive her lowest moments, and perform her healing process for millions of viewers. "It's exhausting," she told a fan during a meet-and-greet event in Nashville. "Sometimes I feel like I'm living my life for other people instead of for me." Mental health professionals who have commented on Tammy's situation emphasize the importance of boundaries, especially for reality stars whose personal lives are commodified for entertainment. Tammy is in a unique position, says Dr. Elena Ruiz, a clinical psychologist specializing in media and body image. She's using her platform to advocate for self-love and mental wellness, but the very platform that gives her that voice is also the source of her distress. It's a paradox that's incredibly difficult to navigate, Dr. Ruiz adds that Tammy's desire to step back even temporarily is not only understandable but necessary. Healing isn't linear. Sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is say, "I need a break." Whether that means taking a season off, restructuring the show, or walking away entirely, that's her right. The fan response to Tammy's comments has been overwhelming and overwhelmingly supportive. Hashtags like #WeLoveYouTammy and #1000LBSistersForever began trending on Twitter and Instagram, with thousands of fans sharing messages of encouragement. "Tammy, you don't owe us anything," wrote one fan. "Take all the time you need. We'll be here when you're ready. Don't let the show break you," added another. "You're more than a TV character. You're a warrior." Others, however, have expressed frustration with TLC. "Why can't they give her space?" one commenter asked. "They're literally watching her suffer for ratings." Some fans have even launched petitions urging TLC to let Tammy heal and to renew the show only if it's healthy for her. As of this writing, one such petition has garnered over 50,000 signatures. Notably, Amy has remained largely silent on the issue, a decision that has sparked its own wave of speculation. Some fans worry that the sisters are drifting apart. Others believe Amy is simply respecting Tammy's need for space. In a recent Instagram post, Amy shared a photo of the two sisters hugging with the caption, "Sisters forever, no matter what." The message was simple, but for fans, it was a reassuring reminder that their bond remains strong, even amid uncertainty. As of now, TLC has not made any official announcement regarding Season 8. Network representatives have declined to comment on ongoing production discussions, citing talent privacy and creative development. But behind the scenes, conversations are reportedly ongoing. Sources say that multiple options are on the table. Option 1, Season 8 moves forward with both sisters, but with a restructured format that focuses less on weight loss and more on personal growth, mental health, and life milestones. Option 2, Tammy takes a temporary hiatus from filming, with Season 8 focusing primarily on Amy's family life, possibly with occasional check-ins or guest appearances from Tammy. Option 3, the show goes on an indefinite hiatus, allowing both sisters time to regroup with the possibility of returning for a special event season or spin-off in the future. Option 4, the show ends with Season 7, concluding the sisters' televised journey on a high note and allowing them to continue their lives away from the cameras. None of these options have been confirmed. But what is clear is that TLC and the Slaton sisters themselves are approaching this moment with caution, care, and deep consideration. Regardless of what happens with Season 8, one thing is certain: Tammy Slaton has already made an indelible impact. She has given voice to millions of people who struggle with weight, self-worth, and mental health. She has shown that healing is messy, nonlinear, and deeply personal. And she has done it all while inviting the world into her living room, flaws, tears, triumphs, and all. Her disheartening comments, far from signaling defeat, may in fact be her most powerful act yet. The act of setting boundaries, prioritizing self-care, and refusing to be defined by a television show, no matter how beloved. In a world that often demands constant content, constant progress, and constant performance, Tammy's willingness to say, "I don't know, and I need space," is not a failure. It's a revolution. 1,000-Pound Sisters was never just about weight. It was always about resilience, about love, about two sisters who, against all odds, refused to give up on each other or on themselves. If Season 8 is indeed the end, it will be bittersweet, but not tragic. Because Tammy and Amy's story doesn't need a television screen to continue. Their journey is real. Their bond is real. Their growth is real. And if Season 8 is not the end, then may it be a season of peace, of healing, of joy. May it honor not just the drama, but the dignity of two women who have given so much of themselves and deserve, at long last, to live on their own terms. Tammy Slaton's disheartening comments are not a goodbye. They are a plea for understanding, for compassion, for grace. And if there's one thing fans have shown her over the past 4 years, it's that she is not alone. And no matter what happens next, Tammy and Amy will always be our sisters. Toot, as of this writing, no official announcement has been made by TLC regarding the cancellation or renewal of 1,000 Pounds Sisters Season 8. All information is based on publicly available statements, insider sources, and industry analysis. Updates will be provided as more information becomes available. Tammy Slaton breaks silence. A raw, unfiltered reflection on her journey, public scrutiny, and the bruises that sparked 1,000 questions. There's a certain kind of loneliness that comes with being watched by millions. It's not the loneliness of empty rooms or silent phones, though those exist, too, but the deeper, more isolating kind that settles in your bones when you realize people think they know you, but only through a screen. They see your tears, your triumphs, your setbacks edited, packaged, timed for maximum drama. And when something unexpected shows up like a bruise on your face suddenly, you're not just a person anymore. You're a headline, a mystery, a cautionary tale, a meme. Tammy Slaton knows this loneliness intimately. When photos surfaced in early 2025 showing what appeared to be facial bruising on the beloved 1,000 Pounds Sisters star, the internet erupted. Fans flooded social media with concern. Comment sections turned into detective boards. Tabloids speculated wildly. Some assumed domestic violence. Others blamed cosmetic procedures gone wrong. A few even accused her of staging it for attention because, in the age of reality TV, even pain is suspect. But here's the truth Tammy wants you to hear, not as a TV personality, not as a viral sensation, not as a before or after photo, but as Tammy. Just Tammy. It started with a fall, not a dramatic tumble downstairs or a car crash, nothing cinematic. Just a simple misstep in her own home, late at night, when the house was quiet and her body was tired. She was heading to the bathroom, phone in hand, scrolling through messages, not paying attention. Her foot caught on the edge of a rug. Her knee buckled. She went down hard, right cheek connecting with the corner of the bathroom vanity. It wasn't even a loud fall, she says, voice soft but steady. No one heard it. No one came running. I just laid there for a minute, thinking, well, that's gonna leave a mark. She didn't call 911. Didn't wake her husband, Caleb. Didn't post about it. She got up, rinsed her face, pressed a cold pack to her cheek, and went back to bed. The next morning, the bruise had bloomed a deep purple smudge beneath her right eye, swelling slightly along the cheekbone. It looked worse than it felt. I thought, okay, it'll fade in a few days. No big deal. But then I had to go out, had to film, had to be on, and that's when the world noticed. Tammy's life exists in two parallel universes. The private one, where she's a woman navigating recovery, marriage, self-worth, and the daily realities of life in a body that's been through trauma, transformation, and tremendous change, and the public one, where she's a symbol of resilience, of struggle, of weight loss, of relapse, of hope, of controversy. The bruise, small, accidental, utterly mundane in origin, became a Rorschach test for the public's perception of her. People DM'd me saying, Tammy, if he's hurting you, we'll come get you. Others said, girl, what did you do to your face? Some even said, this is what happens when you don't take care of yourself. Like, what? I fell. I'm human. I trip. I bump into things. I have bad balance sometimes. That doesn't make me a victim, or a failure, or a liar. She laughs a full, rich sound, then sobers. But it hurt. Not the bruise. The assumption. The way people looked at me like I was broken. Again, Tammy's journey has never been linear. From the early days on 1,000 Pounds Sisters, when she and her sister Amy captured hearts with their raw vulnerability and sisterly bond, to her gastric sleeve surgery, dramatic weight loss, and subsequent challenges with maintenance and mental health, Tammy has lived her transformation in real time, under a microscope. She's been celebrated, criticized, praised for her honesty, condemned for her setbacks, called inspirational, called irresponsible, loved, judged, memed, worshipped, pitted. Through it all, she's remained startlingly open, perhaps to a fault. I don't know how to be fake, she admits. If I'm sad, you'll see it. If I'm happy, you'll hear me laugh from down the hall. If I'm hurting physically or emotionally, I don't hide it well. That's just me. But sometimes I wish I could put up a wall. Just for a little while. The bruise incident, minor as it was, became a tipping point not because of the injury itself, but because of what it represented. The exhaustion of living under constant surveillance. I didn't ask to be a role model. I didn't sign up to represent every plus-size woman, every person struggling with food, every wife, every sister, every daughter. I'm just trying to live my life. To get healthier. To be happy. To love my husband. To enjoy my dogs. To eat a damn cupcake without someone filming it and turning it into a Tammy's diet fail headline. What many viewers don't understand is that reality TV is